So welcome everyone to the last session of the day today. And I hope with such excellent presentations and engaging presentations, we are able to stay awake till the end of this one. A difficult one for me because I had actually asked for a change of time and date, but it was not possible, Smita, and then I had to really do it in 1 week because there was no other slots. So try to do my best with this. So
I'm sure you will rock. I'm sure you will rock. All the best. May I start your time?
Yes, Smita.
And
sure.
you want me to give you a warning at 30 minutes and 35 minutes?
Yeah. 10 minutes before, I think should be good.
30 minutes and 35.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So friends, the topic of today's session is 3x your focus. And what we are saying here is, how do we really increase our focus? As you see, there is a book by the author Daniel Goleman, and he has mentioned in his book that focus is a hidden driver of excellence. And why so? So friends, let's go on a journey together today to really see what focus is, what is the importance of focus, and how we can really learn some techniques to increase our focus. It's a very deep topic. At the same time, it seems to be a very generic topic. So it is difficult really to bring the genericity as well as the deepness of it. So I've tried to make it as engaging as possible and not a very heavy topic to really talk to. Okay, so what are we going to do in this session today? We are going to learn 3 things. We are going to recognize the importance of focus. We are going to identify 3 things that stop or impede our focus, and also use 5 techniques to improve focus. So let's start, friends, and go ahead with whatever we have planned for today. So I would like to take you back to an old story from Mahabharata, where we know Dronacharya and Arjuna as the teacher and the disciple. And Dronacharya was planning to teach archery to his students. And what he did was he took a wooden bird and he placed it on a tree. And he asked his students to come, and he told them that you have to aim at the eye of the bird. And he asked everyone, before you come and shoot, you have to tell me what you see. And he started calling his students one by one. And many of them came. One of them said, oh, I can see the tree, I can see the bird, I can see the eye. Some said, I can see the sky, I can see the leaves blooming. So many students came and they talked about what they saw. But Dronacharya didn't allow anybody of them to shoot. And then it was Arjuna's turn, and he asked Arjuna to come, and he asked him, what did you see? Or what do you see? And Arjuna said that I can see only the eye of the bird. So basically, what is the moral of the story? Is that Dronacharya was very happy, and he asked him to literally shoot, and Arjuna was able to shoot the eye of the bird immediately. So the story is that if you are able to focus, we are able to reach our goal. And we all know that it's a well-known fact that if you really want to attain something in life, and if you are able to focus on that goal, you will be able to achieve, right? So even another example that I remember from focusing perspective is that we all know about the movie Avatar, right? So James Cameron, who is the director of this movie, he actually spent 4 years only focusing on how he's going to bring about Avatar and direct it. So that is also the level of passion, as Smita was telling some time earlier, and as we saw even Raj, like if you are very passionate about what you really want to do and you are in that flow, you are able to take all your energy and focus, and then you are able to deliver astounding results. Okay, friends, moving ahead, let us find out some facts about focus. And I asked you all to take your phone. I was not knowing, Smita, that we probably can use poll from Zoom because I thought it's not available. So I used a little different trick. So if you all can take your phones and go to Google and just type menti.com there.
Okay, and Menti.
MEN, I will just open my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
If you see here, menti.com, if you can just put that, you will get Mentimeter join a presentation. Click on that site and you enter this code 1254694 that you see on the top of the screen.
1254694. Okay, done. Submit. Yes.
I cannot see it. Oh, just a minute.
There is a polling which has come, true and false polling, right, Esther?
Yes.
Our brain center cannot learn content.
Okay, so the question
One code has been coming in my this.
Divinity complete the
I
exercise.
cannot see. It's not opening. I guess.
Yeah, it's already registered, I think.
We got
no,
it.
no, you
Just
you
put
don't
in the
have to
code.
register.
Yeah,
You just have
yeah,
to
yeah.
enter the
Just
code. You will
enter the
get
code.
this question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so which question are you all able to see? Are you able to see this question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so our brain cannot learn or concentrate on two things at once. So let's see. We have many folks. I have just got 4 responses. If you can just take some time and enter your responses. Let's see, we'll give some 1 minute to finish this off.
Esther is asking me to allow cookies, then only I can submit, something like that.
Just say allow, it's okay.
Yes.
It is asking you to accept
Yeah,
cookies.
but
That
I
should
don't
be
know
okay.
how to allow it. It's not showing anywhere.
You have to go
Our
to settings.
the question is our brain cannot learn or concentrate on two things at
इसको भी release कर देते हैं.
true or
Yeah.
false? True.
Yeah, Jedi, we don't mind cookies, huh? With a cup of tea.
Yes.
Yeah, I've submitted.
Esther, I got the second one is Mentimeter. Thank you for your participation.
Yes.
Yes, just hold on.
Sign up for Mentimeter.
Thank you for your
Yeah, it's for
participation.
Mentimeter. Yeah, it's for Mentimeter. So I think we will close. We'll just hold on this to 16 people have responded. I think that's good enough. So what we see here is that we're talking about whether it's true or false. Yeah, now it's 17. So majority of the folks are saying yes, it is true, and some of us still feel it's false. So just to tell what the studies say and what we know about is that our brain cannot learn and concentrate on two things at once. So it is very true that we cannot focus on two things at once. And the reason is that we think we can focus, but we can actually move from one thing to another. We can toggle between two, three things, but we cannot focus. And many a times we take around 1 to 2 seconds, even after looking at an email, to come back to the previous tasks that we were doing. So it is very much important that for us to focus, we need to ensure that we focus on one thing at a time and not do multitasking, because it doesn't help you in the long run from terms of memory retention or ability to learn or an attention span. So that's what the brain tells us, that we should focus on just one thing and not at multiple things at once. Okay, so let us go to another question. You'll have another question there. You don't have to enter any code, but if you can see the question that's there on my screen. How many hours on an average are we able to focus per week? So what do you think? Or for 40 hours working week that we have, how many hours are we really able to focus and work?
1, 2.
Focus. Aha. How many hours on average we are able to focus per week? Maybe about 2.
Can I ask everyone to please vote if you are able to open?
You just have to click that, right?
Esther, I
Second question, yeah.
See,
You have to refresh it again.
second question is not coming up. It
It
says
is not coming.
Thank you.
That's a,
Go to the
that's
slide change. Go to slide change. It will come.
12.5.
आपको वापस दोबारा वापस सिलेक्ट करके अंदर जाना पड़ेगा.
हाँ, नीचे में सिलेक्ट करना है for the next presentation. Yes.
Okay. See if you can do that. You just have to go to the next presentation and you'll be able to see. You don't have to enter any other code. It's the same code.
next presentation is not still.
If you want, come out, Agnes, and then probably just enter the code again if you're getting stuck. Yeah.
It says 12.5.
Okay, we have 16 responses. I think it's good enough, so people can still keep on voting if you are.
How many hours on an average are we able to focus per week? How many hours
On an average, how many hours we can focus, Agnes? That's the question.
Yes.
It depends upon the subject. If it's Bollywood, you can do it for 25 hours.
Yes.
Netflix and all you can do.
No,
Yeah,
that's why I
Netflix,
said.
Money
That's why I
Heist.
said, Stephen. That's why I said working hours. Sorry.
But now working is at home, no? So at
Yeah.
home, anything chalta hai.
True. Okay.
Esther, working is also defined in different ways, you know.
Yeah.
Do you
So
have
what
a slide?
Yeah, so I think, no, not other slide. This is the last question, folks. So, okay, so we can stop voting. And I think we got a very good combination. And the right answer, most of you have either done it by just guessing, but the maximum answer what people have given, that's the right answer. So 12.5 hours studies have shown that on an average and an average person can focus for 12.5 hours in a week. Okay, we can do more, we can do less. It depends again upon the topic, the task that we are doing. But on an average, studies show that we can focus only 12.5 hours. And isn't that interesting, friends? Because we think, we are very productive. We are talking about doing a lot of work and working 10 to 12 hours in a day. But the fact is that it is very difficult to focus and really do some kind of deep work with, productivity and focus. So it's a very good thing to know that focus is not that easy, and you really have to have some kind of effort and skill from our end to ensure, that we are able to focus on the work. So with that, I will go back to my presentation. Give me a second. And let me know if you can see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so what we'll do, friends, now, we saw some of the facts about focus. I want to show you a small video just quickly to show what is the power of focus. And, it's a very small clip, but I found it very interesting. So maybe quickly, let's look at this particular clip.
In order to effectively utilize your time and effort, you must have clarity of goal.
I don't know. Tell me who it is. Don't open.
Even if it is the brightest day of the year, and you put a magnifying glass under the sun over a piece of newspaper, if you keep shaking the glass, the paper is going to be untouched. But if you just focus those rays in one place, in less than a minute, the paper will have caught fire. That is the power of concentration, of focus.
Yeah. So we saw, friends, how important and what is the power of focus. So if we have our goal in sight and if we have our focus in place, I think we can achieve great things in life. And this was a very nice video which brought out what is the power of focus, friends.
Very nice video.
Yeah, so can we go on mute, please?
5 o'clock, there's plenty time.
Just mute everyone.
Smita, can you please mute?
Esther, okay, I'll mute everyone and you can also mute everyone.
I wanted coffee, but you decide.
Yeah, you can unmute yourself, Esther.
Okay, thanks. So friends, we talked about focus, we talked about how important focus is and what's the power of focus. But just want to probably spend some time and also take thoughts from you all. Why do we find, in spite of we all knowing that it's such an important part of our professional as well as personal requirement that we need to focus, why do we struggle with focus? Maybe we can share some thoughts in terms of why do you think that we do still struggle?
Because of distraction.
Monkey mind.
Because of distraction.
Okay.
I think it's because of monkey mind. The mind cannot be stationary unless and until it is able to control or it is disciplined.
And we don't prioritize. I think prioritization also is a big thing.
Also, if we are working without a goal setting, then also it's a problem. We are having no goals in case.
Also, we are supposed to do multitasking at the time.
We don't have smart objectives.
Yeah.
Sorry?
No smart objectives.
No smart objectives.
Smart goals.
Lack of
The
clarity.
mind is full of clutter. So a lot of clutter is there, and we don't give time to remove the clutter.
We don't meditate before working.
Yeah, there are a lot
Anulom Vilom we are not doing.
Anulom Vilom we are not doing.
Very, very true. I was going to tell that, to
We don't
Smita,
meditate.
she really took a very good topic on this. Yeah. What else?
There's no critical thinking like we saw in the morning.
Okay.
Creative thinking and critical thinking both.
And also sometimes we have.
We want to do too many things at once.
Yeah, there are a lot of things which are happening.
We are
We
in a
forgot our
rat race.
tiffin box at home.
Prioritize.
And also we are going as per the notification of our mobiles. तो अभी एक काम करो, suddenly you get some other notification and you get into that.
Oh,
Playing games on your mobile.
We are not passionate about the things what we do.
I would say it's
Sorry?
less.
We are not passionate about the things what we do.
Yes, very true.
We are
Very
not
We are more into
mindful.
this.
I would
keep
say
we keep drifting into past and future instead of being in present.
Present.
Lack
Very
of
true.
clarity. Lack
Excellent
of
point, Premal.
clarity.
Excellent
Yeah.
point.
Istad, if
Lack
I
of
can
clarity.
say it
Yeah.
is, I would say it is lack of self-control.
Yes, Jayesh.
Want to
Willpower,
win
right?
in the
And
rat
the
race.
self-control.
Thinking ahead of our times. They're thinking ahead of our times. Like, if we do this, then what will happen to the other things and all those things.
Yes, very, very good point, Stephen. So friends, what we'll do, thank you for all your input. And I think we all know this, but still we keep on struggling with focus and, trying to see how we can really achieve that. I want to share with you a small TED talk based on what we just discussed. And the TED talk is about a precision shooting champion. Her name is Christina Bengtsson. And she is basically a Swedish military officer as well as a fighter aircraft technician. And she started her career of precision shooting champion at the age of 23. She decided that she wanted to go for it. And her aim was to become a world shooting champion. And she did that. But it's a very interesting TED talk. I would like to share with you just a few minutes of the clip if we can see this. And probably I will share the links with you. You can go and see the whole TED talk. But here she talks about what focus is for her and how did she get that focus when she was in that moment of shooting the world championship, and some pointers based on what we discussed just now, that why do we still struggle with focus in spite of all these things. So I hope you like this. We'll just start the video.
In the fall of 2005, I find myself at the Military World Championship in shooting. I'm in the lead in the final, and I have one shot left to shoot. The target is 50 meters away, and the 10 is 10.4 millimeters. What is it that determines if I shoot a 9 or a 10? Is it the physics, the technique, the relaxation, or the breathing? No, those are abilities that everybody at that level has been training for years. It's all about the thoughts I think and why I think them. This is what focus is about. In this very moment, at the World Championship, aiming at the target, with these irritatingly tight margins and these nervous thoughts running through my head, this potential triumph could easily become yet another fiasco. But then, suddenly, I saw and I focused on a beautiful autumn leaf playing in the wind. I give this leaf my full attention. And suddenly, I am completely calm. And the world champion title is mine. This action was a deliberate choice and the result of persistent mental training, because this leaf relieved me of distracting thoughts and made me focused. And the phenomena of focus interested me more and more, not only in peak performance, but also in the longer perspective and in life in general. I studied this vital capacity, and what I saw was that the human mind struggled with focus on three distinctive ways. First, our minds are often full of disturbing thoughts, often worried about not being good enough. Second, Instead of working with what we already know, we are constantly focused on what we will achieve. And third, we are frustrated for not having time.
Okay. So friends, how was the video?
Nice video, Esther.
Very good, Esther.
From someone who has already achieved focus.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes. So I thought this video to be very inspiring. In fact, you can go and see her full video. She goes on to talk about these 3 things and then what are her thoughts and ideas about to overcome focus and ensure that you're able to focus. She's also written a book, The Art of Focusing. The topic of her lecture is also the topic of a book, and it's a very interesting thing. If you're interested, you can go into Amazon and probably have a look at it. So it's so from what she saw and what we saw and what she was saying, we saw that she looked at a very different way of how she wants to focus, and that she said she comes from a continuous mental training and practice, and that's the reason why she is a world champion today. She also talked about 3 important things that we already spoke about, saying that we are not able to focus because we are frustrated sometimes for not having time. We are also not able to focus because we look at present and we do not look at the future. And we keep on looking at the future, trying to see how it will happen in the future. And the first thing that she also mentioned was about we are having too many disturbing thoughts and we think that we are not good enough. So all very important points, and some of the points we already discussed, friends. So let's see now, as we go further, what are the different ways by which we can probably improve our focus. I am trying to outline some few techniques of focus, and we will probably focus on 1 or 2 of them in detail, and the rest I'll just share with you. But let's go ahead and look what are some of the techniques that we can use from a focus perspective. Okay, so the first technique that I wanted to share with you is called as a Pomodoro technique. So I'm sure this word will intrigue you. What is this Pomodoro? Okay, so there is no big science in it. So basically this was invented by an Italian university student called Francesco. And he was struggling with his studies, and he was struggling with, completing his assignments. And then he saw a tomato. Okay, so Pomodoro is nothing but a Italian word for tomato. And in his kitchen, he saw a tomato-shaped timer that he used. And by thinking of how to apply it, the Pomodoro technique was actually born. And that's why it got this name as a Pomodoro technique. So what does this technique tell us? Okay, it's talking about you pick up a task, you set a timer. So it talks about timing for 25 minutes. Then you start working for those 25 minutes. You stop when the time is up. You record your progress, take a 5-minute break, and you get back to work. And you continue this cycle. They say you do 4 Pomodoros. That is, if you can see in the next thing over here, you have 25 minutes, 5 minutes. This is 1 cycle, and you go for the 4 cycles. And then you say you completed 4 Pomodoro cycles, and then you take a break for 15 minutes. So it's 25, 5, 4 cycles, and then 15 minutes. You can choose your own Pomodoro. It can be 50 minutes and 10 minutes of break. It can be 30 minutes and 5 minutes of break. But this is a technique because we always think that time is our enemy, and we are always running, trying to accomplish things or meeting deadlines. Whereas this technique is telling us that we need not struggle with time, but we can use time to our own advantage. And for many things, it is the different name where this Pomodoro technique is also used is called as deep work. Where you really want to focus on something, but you do not have time. Maybe you want to write a book, maybe you want to write a blog, or maybe you want to work on a very important project that requires intense focus and you're distracted. So if you use this technique, it really helps you to focus and concentrate for that particular time, then take some time off and relieve yourself of the stress, and again go back to that time. So I'll also share with you, this is just a technique, but I would also like to share with you a tool that you can use to implement this Pomodoro technique. And if you all have your phones with you, I'll encourage you, if you want, you can just open up your phones and go to Google and type Forest app. Maybe I can do that with you if you are interested. So go to Google and type Forest app. Are you able to get it?
Yeah.
Forest stay focused.
Yes, Forest app, stay focused. And the beauty of this app is I have uninstalled so that I can go and install again. And by the time it installs, maybe I can quickly tell you some features of this particular app.
On iOS, it is paid app.
Sorry?
It's a paid app, right?
Yeah, it's a paid and it's a free both. So you did not use the paid version, even though paid version is not very costly if you see. But you can just use the free version and you may not have certain features. So if you're just going to use the free version also, for me, it's still downloading. What it says is you go to this particular app and what you will find first. I'm opening my app, at least for me, it's downloaded. Okay, so the first thing that you see is plant a tree. Are you all seeing that?
Yes.
Okay, you go and taking all the, you can slide to your right, and in the end you come to the last one which tells you start planting, right? Can you mute? Okay.
Esther, please unmute yourself.
Unmuting, yeah. Yeah, so when you start planting, when you go there, you will see that there is a small tree. And how the app works is you can have 10 minutes to 120 minutes. You can decide your own Pomodoro. And you say, okay, plant. So if you click on plant, if you can see, it will tell you to select a tree. Just select the one that's available because you won't get anything else in a different version. It will also tell you to accept some conditions, accept that. And then when you click on the tree itself, you can see that you will have various options where you can set your own timings. You can probably also set your tagging of your things. So suppose if you want to tag yourself to work, to study or anything, you can probably go and tag yourself there. You can then click on the tree. And how this works is that if you also go on the top, we may not have that much time, but what you can do later is, if you go to this particular section and go to settings and enable a lot of things there, you will have an option to start having deep focus. You see something here on the right on the top. If you click there, it will ask you, do you want to have deep focus? And then what it does is that the moment you set your timing, so suppose I set my timing for 25 minutes and I started, it helps you that you have to keep your phone down and you should not be distracted by anything. So if you try to go and pick up your phone and try to go into any other apps, it will not allow you. In fact, it will tell you that you are getting distracted and why, do you want to really go to this app or you want to return to your forest? And then you can, this ensures you that you are not distracted, you are not getting into anything that's distracting you from what you are doing your work. And suppose if you stop in between, it actually withers your tree. So basically there is no more tree for you and you have lost the tree. It is also very motivational because it's linked to, growing trees. And when you go to the paid version and you have a lot of points that you collect, you see this gold points here on the top. You can see that I have probably collected just 9 points, but you can keep on collecting this. And in the paid version, once you do that, you can donate this to an NGO. They have a tie-up with an African NGO where this money goes and you can use that money for the equal to the points that you have collected to actually plant trees. So it's linked to social work, but it also linked to a bit of how we can try to create being focused using this app. It's interesting. I have used it, so maybe I will encourage you to go and use this, especially for things that really require your deep focus and concentration. And also, if you see here, it's got interesting statistics. So if you go and you see what are your statistics, you can see different trees that you can tag to different activities that you want to do. And then you will see how many trees have you probably grown in a day or in a month and a year. And this is the detailed report which tells you, okay, in a day, in a month, in a year, how much time have you really focused and worked? And also on which activities did you focus and work? So very handy app. It's a free version is good enough. I don't think so we need to go for a paid version. The same version is good enough to even deeply focus and have that all the features that we're talking from a paid version. But do use this and please see if it really makes a difference in your working style where you really want to focus. You can use this app, keep it for 50 minutes, 10-minute break or 25 minutes and 5 minutes break, and use these cycles to really focus and not go back to your phone and get distracted. So this was the first technique of the Pomodoro. Let's go to the second one. So friends, did you really?
Esther?
Yes.
About 30 minutes are up. You have 10 minutes.
Sure. So friends, I hope you had the opportunity to look at the app and play around with it, probably later, and let me know how you find this. Let's go quickly to the second technique of improving focus. So they say that our focus or our brain is a muscle, right? So the more you work on it, the more it will become better. So it's like going to a gym and getting trained. In the same way, the more you make your focus trained or concentration trained, you will be able to focus. And it's recommended that you should play some games, do some concentration exercises to really make yourself more focused. So what we will do quickly is that we will have probably just 1 or 2 small games played to see how we can really focus and improve our concentration. So if you can see this picture, there are 6 words hidden in this picture. So if you can quickly talk aloud or put it in a chat in terms of what are the 6 words that you can really find in this picture.
Puddle is one.
Yes.
Puddle.
Yeah.
Storm.
Curiosity.
On the tree it is written storm.
Storm,
correct. Storm on the tree.
Storm on the tree, very right.
Yeah, this is C.
Storm, yeah.
Puddle on the jacket.
Showers on the umbrella.
Wet on the umbrella. Wet.
Yes, wet on the umbrella, showers on the puddle and the umbrella. Water here. Four words done. 2 more.
Damp in the puddle down.
Yes, damp here. That's very right.
Where?
Here. If you can see my pointer.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And one more.
What about storm?
Storm is done, wet is done, shower is done, puddle is done, damp is done. There is one more word. If you can focus and just see where you can find it.
ALL all.
No? Okay, I'll give you a hint. It is in one of the trees. If you can see.
Tree.
There is a bush.
MUS.
Yeah.
Clouds. Okay, can you see here? If you focus, you'll find clouds.
Clouds. Okay. Yes.
So great job. We found all the 6 words in this picture.
One more word all in this girl. The pink color umbrella who is carrying. See her ALL it looks like.
Yeah, it's actually wet.
Wet.
If you see.
W-E-T.
Oh, her hair.
Okay. That's more of a focus. Great. Who was that? Alka. So friends, this was just an example to show that how we can actually train our brain. So there are a lot of these picture puzzles or concentration puzzles where you can actually go and play this, and it actually helps you over a period of time to really improve our focus. Let's do one more quickly. Look below and say the color and not the word. So all of you can try it. You have to say the color and not the word.
Green, red, black, blue, purple, red, black, red, yellow, green, blue, orange, green,
purple, yellow.
You can say anything and no problem right now. So many people saying.
Okay. Hold on. So the idea was more for doing this exercise was that did you see that it was difficult for you to say the color and not the word? Was it? Because the moment you see, first you will tell red and not green.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you find that?
That's generally obvious. Yes.
We are wired. Our mind is wired.
But in last 20 minutes, you made us more focused. So it was easy.
It was easy.
So it's basically very difficult, and there is a reason why, because as you rightly said, our brain is wired in a very different way. Okay, so the right side of our brain is visual, so it sees the color, And the left side is what tells about to read, write. And what happens usually is that your left, you want to say the color, your right brain wants to say the color, but your left brain insists on saying the word. And that's where you get confused. And that's where it's a mixture of attention and concentration. They say that the more you pay attention, the more you can also concentrate. But however, both the spans of attention and concentration is different. So basically, if you really want to increase focus, it is advised that you do such kind of games, and there are many kind of brain teasers where you can really increase your concentration. This is one of them. And if you practice it on an ongoing basis, you will really find out that you are able to do it at quite ease and not really stress yourself. So this was just 2 quick example, friends, of how we can increase our focus. I'll go to the last slide of mine, actually. And we will quickly touch upon maybe just 3 things. I don't think I have to talk much today because Smita made my life very easy. So she already spoke about mindfulness, right? And I wouldn't spend time there. But just a quick brief definition is mindfulness is nothing but being present in the moment, and also acknowledging your thoughts but not getting caught in those thoughts, and also being completely distracted and non-judgmental about those thoughts. So it's a technique, and your awareness increases by applying some breathing techniques to that particular situation and then meditating. So that's mindfulness in a very short term. And I think Smita can already told to us about Anulom Vilom. That's also a way where you can focus yourself, clear yourself of all the thoughts. So try this. I am just sharing with you a very interesting app here. It's called Omvana. And again, this is a paid app, but no need of paying. There is an interesting 15 minutes meditation that you can do every morning. And it is called as a 6-phase meditation. So if you have time in the morning, do go through it. It goes beautifully through 6 phases of your life. What you are, what you want, what is your dream, how you can reach. And it's 15 minutes, doesn't take a lot of time. And it really takes you through your thoughts. So please do try this app, Omvana, and try the 6-phase meditation, which is a free meditation in that app. Okay, quickly going to another one. One of another techniques to focus is the 30-day challenge. They say that all men are alike unless habits is what they separate them. And it applies to women too, but it's just a saying that men are all alike, but it's habits that separates them. So basically, what does this 30-day challenge mean? It means that if you want to focus on something and you're not able to focus, and you really want to probably start an exercise regime, write a book, maybe you want to let go of certain things that you are doing, and you want to pick up certain new habits, you try this 30-day challenge where you pick up, suppose for example, I did this, and it was, I'm very bad at exercising. So I really wanted to exercise, and I decided I went for this 30-day challenge, and I said, okay, I will exercise and focus on my exercise every 15 days or every 15 minutes in a day in the morning. And what it really does is it's like, you are experimenting or tricking your mind to form a habit. Studies also show that within 30 days, usually a good habit is formed. And if you want to make that habit permanent, you can experiment with it. It is like you you want to try a trial software and you download it, but you don't pay for it, till your trial period is over. The same way the 30-day challenge is, you try it for 30 days. Initially, you will find it difficult and there will be a critical point where you want to give up. But then over a period of time, that phase goes and you start accepting it and it starts becoming your habit. And then you can increase from that 15 minutes, you can go to any level. So that there are various books and stuff available on this 30-day challenge. Do go and try and see what power of habit can make a change in your life. And lastly, friends, the last one is a dopamine detox. Again, it's nothing but what we talk about digital detox. It tells that we see that, we have this because of the constant focus of social media and all, we have got into a very vicious cycle, which is called as an instant gratification. So what happens is that every time you see or like, or every time you put something and people like your picture, they like the things that you put on, you get that dose of dopamine, and that's called, dopamine hits. And unfortunately, the whole of social media and industry today is built around this dopamine hit technology, or the science behind it, where they want to get you hooked to something, so that you completely go into, you look at one thing, they'll take you to another thing. And that's how you completely get absorbed, and it becomes an addiction of being on your phone all the time. What they suggest in dopamine detox is maybe just take a 1 day off, where you're not going to do anything with your phone. You're just going to keep it. And on that one day in a week or one day in 15 days, do anything else. You're not going to watch TV. You're not going to play video games. You're not going to look at your WhatsApp. But you are going to use that time to focus on something that you really felt you are not able to do. Maybe go for a walk, go for a swim, talk to your friends, play a game with your kids. And science has shown that if you really do this, over a period of time, you have that peace and the mental peace that you want to see. And also you will be able to focus on certain things which you are not able to focus. So we can't keep away from all the things that we have, but we can at least try doing this dopamine detox, maybe once a week or once in 15 days. And why dopamine is called as a happy hormone, and that's a platelet always wants to keep you happy with instant gratification. But sometimes it's always good also sometimes to be happy without an instant gratification, but a long-term focus. So these are some of the techniques, friends, that we looked today. So what we saw today was why
Esther,
so
about
important.
a minute and a half more, just to let you know. Yeah.
I'm done, Smita, I'm done. So friends, what we saw was today, what we saw in the whole of the presentation was why focus is so important. What is the power of focus? We looked at some of the things which distract us from the focus. We also looked at 5 different techniques of focus. We saw about 30-day challenge. We looked at mindfulness. We looked at dopamine detox, and we looked at the brain games as well as the Pomodoro technique. I hope you can go back and apply some of these in your life to ensure that you have increased focus. I have also done one thing. I can share my slides with you later, but I thought being a trainer, if you really want to go and explore this topic more in detail, and you really want to create something more deeper, these are some of the resources that I used, but you can't cover a lot of things in 40 minutes. So there are a lot of interesting links here to the topics and presentations, as well as the books, very interesting books on focus, and some of the very good links that I found. So maybe you can use these resources to create a different session and a inner depth session with this. And lastly, as I close, I just want to say one thing. What Tony Robbins says, whatever you focus is what you get, friends. So ultimately, it's all in our hands. It is our own inner thing where we can bring out that focus in us by focusing on something that's important and removing all the distractions, but it'll all depend on your willpower and how you want to do and how passionate you are about it. So please remember, whatever you focus on is what you get, friends. Thank you so much for your time today.
Excellent. Very
excellent.
very
Superb.
very interesting presentation.
This was amazing, Esther. Amazing.
Wow.
Thank you,
Esther, how are you feeling? Yeah, you can just stop your screen. How are you feeling, my dear?
Feeling relieved.
Feeling relieved.
Apart from that.
Yeah, I'm feeling good because I really put in, I didn't have a lot of time, as I told you. I got just 1 week, and actually next week I am having a 2-day workshop in office where I'm planning a lot of things. So it was really difficult to manage, and I had to spend a lot of more time and try to get that information and try to use the ADDIE model, Smita, and try to put it all in one place so that, it goes into that flow. And again, as I said, focus is a very general topic and it's difficult. And I picked that up. It was just a second moment I thought, and I picked it up. So I really didn't give it a lot of thought. But then I knew that I had to take it along and make it interesting. So from my end, I think I put in a lot of efforts to bring this out, and hopefully you guys have liked it.
Yes, absolutely enjoyed your presentation. I will just open it up to our 2 feedback givers, and then I'll just round off the day for today. Session.
Bhavesh?
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah. I think I will sum it up, Esther. A very awesome presentation, covered a lot of points, and I think very apt on the subject today, especially if we are talking about relative to the kids or everything. It's a very, very important subject, and you really covered a lot of points. I think the TED Talk video was awesome. I think 3 very clear distinction how to add value. Third is also the take home of Forest app was also very important. Okay, you recommended some of the app that can continue this to put it through a great journey. So some of the online app that you recommended was really good. Fourth is you made it interactive by the 2 picture and had a lot of people interaction. And I really personally appreciate the right and left brain picture, which was so beautifully vivid. So I really liked that of yours. And the last is you also have a presence of mind to communicate the end during the end with Smita communication of, and really latched onto it and saved some time about it. So that was really, really good. 2 things I think, Esther, you can really a little more look into it is, I think initially when you started, you were not, because you had seen the other presentation and you were started a little, I'm not prepared, or some initial thing, and that it went really awesomely. And the second important thing is you had so much data, so much information, and you had to put it in 40 minutes. So I think we are all, but as in the morning session, what Smita said, when we take home so many things, we would not know what to concentrate. But otherwise, very beautiful, Esther. Really nice. Great job.
Thank you. Thanks, Ishan.
Well said.
Thank
Well said,
you.
Ishan. Well said.
Thank you, Ishan. Well said. You've taken off a lot what I had to say. Very well done. I'll build upon that. Thank you. Yes. The other.
Bhavesh.
Yes, please, Mr. Bhavesh. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I think the way you have presented.
Mr. Bhavesh, you're lagging. Your voice is lagging a bit. It's a bit. There's a lag.
Okay, I have some internet issue, but is it okay now?
Yes,
Better.
Can hear you a bit, yeah.
Better.
Okay. So, yeah, when you started, I think there was a lot of clarity in the subject. The way you took out the, so prepared something as a plan A or a plan B, because there was some was required, and you had.
Mr. Bhavesh, there's a huge lag.
So I think the way. Okay, I have an internet issue. I think that is what I presume. Just a minute. I'll just.
Basundi effect still exists.
Yes, your internet is having the Basundi effect and it's probably just lagging.
You can put off your video if that is the case. You can put off your video.
Is it now okay?
Poor thing.
I'll switch to another.
Yeah. He'll wonder why he told us about the Basundi.
He disclosed Basundi.
Sorry.
Now see, our focus is only on your Basundi.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
No, is it okay now? I've switched to another internet.
Yes. A little better.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Esther, I think, yeah, what you did was a brilliant job. You had a very clear, there was a lot of clarity in the subject. You made a plan A and a plan B regarding the poll that, you had that Menti app ready for everybody. You had already informed that in the beginning, before starting the session yesterday, that please come with your mobiles. That clarity was there. I think you covered each and every point very clearly. There was an interactive session also where you were engaging us at every moment. There was, somewhere I was not feeling that I'm not into the session or I'm not getting what I want. There was a lot of focus you created for me on the subject. All the techniques that you said at the end, you also, gave all the data that where you came from, where you have collected, and you shared everything that was available to you and the way you have done. It was really commendable. You had actually control over everything that you were doing. So I congratulate you for that. It was really wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well said, Bhavesh. Well said.
Yeah, my Basundi, sleep and everything was not there. So my focus was completely.
I hope, yeah. I hope.
Good job.
Okay.
Good job. Yeah.
Esther, again, brilliant topic. One of my favorites, as I think by now you all know. Very, very well researched. You've taken in a lot of effort. You've put in a lot of, your slides have been very, very visually appealing. There has been hard work that's gone into it, which is very evident. I think you are a person who has done a considerable amount of reading and thinking through, and you have a wide range of knowledge at the background. And I think it was very evident that you were trying to give us all that you have to be on the positive side. Like whatever you knew, you wanted to give it all. So the honesty and the diligence of your presentation, the choice of your words, a very intelligent, engaging presentation. I love the way you engage the audience. Right in the 5th minute itself, you had the first Mentimeter survey, then the second one came right after, and then your little video. So all in all, a great sort of a mix of a lot of different kinds of modes and methodologies that you use to keep the audience engaged, and a very, very intelligent move in terms of considering the fact it was after lunch and afternoon. So all those things become very important. A session done pre-lunch can be a little content heavy and people are still okay. A session done post lunch has to be very, very experimentative and hands-on. And I think that to that extent, you carried it off very beautifully. So very well planned session. focused to a large extent, and then I'll also tell you how what certain thoughts that also came in my mind. So the story of Arjun and the eye of the bird, bang on, focus on the focus topic, and it hit the arrow straight on the eye. So that was beautiful. And you said how James Cameron also took 4 years to focus on what was the character of Avatar and then took it forward. If we were to replan or relook at this session, what are some of the things that we might also do a little differently or whatever? It's just something, a humble submission from my side, and let's see if that makes sense. So even the polling that you took saying that it's, 12.5 hours per week, which is not even 2 hours a day that a person concentrates. I mean, tease that out. Tell people that even we think that, we put in so much effort, but literally it's 20% of what we do in the day actually accounts for 80% of our productivity. So literally for people to wake up and say, really, I can't even concentrate and focus on 1 hour a day, 1.5 hours a day to have my output, so that was very alarming. And that was very good to get us all shaken up and woken up. As the session then progressed, I also felt at some point, and rightly how Ishan has pointed out, that as a trainer, we get very enthusiastic to give it all and to give it all that we know. And I think the beauty of us as trainers is to hold back ourselves and to focus on that one major idea and maybe maximum 1 or 2 pointers that can be a takeaway. Is extremely important. So I'm not taking away from what all you've shared with us. It's brilliant. It's brilliant pieces of information. But if I ask myself as a listener, what is the residue that I'm left with? What is the residual feeling I'm left with? So your session is over, and what am I left with? What am I taking back? And sometimes I'm thinking I'm not able to focus on which technique I have to take back. Because there was so much, my platter is so full. And on a buffet, if I'm going to taste everything, if it's a buffet of Thai food, Chinese food, Indian food, and Japanese, and I'm going to taste a little of everything, and then I say, now, which dessert do I have? So I said, let me just have gulab jamun, which is Indian. Okay, it's fantastic. But at the same time, if I'm sticking with one menu, let me go with that flow. If I'm able to make it a little more clear. So when there's so much to offer, again, tease out and say, in this session of 40 minutes, what is that one skill that I want to leave them with, make them practice, and then let them come back and say, hey, Esther, give us something more, we need more. So that is one thing we can look at. So I was wondering if I give this feedback, how will I also explain it a little further? So see if this sits with you and if this makes sense. So when you, the time you came to our TED talk, and that was brilliant. And that lady gave you 3 pointers, which could have actually been built upon as your completion of session completely. So one was, she said, the disturbing thoughts and the fact that I'm not good enough is one thought that takes away focus. What will I achieve rather than what I know? So for future, we are always future driven, or we are living in past hurts or future anxieties rather than being focused in the present, and frustrated from not having time. Now, how do I navigate these 3? Because till that time, the TED talk was there, the session was going, you had it in your grip. And then in the enthusiasm to give more, somewhere I felt that, for a little while, the session was lost in, for example, explaining the app in so much detail. Now, explaining the app in detail and explaining how I use the app is a very different ballgame. Focus is one thing, and habit formation is a fallout of focus. But we spoke a lot about habit formation, that if you do something for 21 days. So you see how it's very easy for us as trainers sometimes to lose focus on what we are going to focus on and drift into paraphernalia information, which are nuggets, which are diamond nuggets. But do I need it right now? Okay. So each time we put up a slide as trainers, and again, just a humble submission, each time we put up a slide, each time we are talking about some principle, ask yourself, is it in line with my core idea? I'm talking about focus and increasing focus. If I've given one technique, can I make them practice that technique, that once my 40 minutes is over, can they go back and suppose use the technique? So one is the session was built up around these 3 thoughts, which you beautifully came and captured, right? That it's our negative beliefs, it's our negative thoughts, and we are always and which is why we are not able to focus. Now that Pomodoro technique is a brilliant one. I've also done that with another group. Even that one technique may have been one tool or takeaway for us. Now, if I ask many people, ke Pomodoro technique kya tha, which was actually the crux of your focal point, the rest, mindfulness, and all is habit formation. Yes. People may not have really understood how to use the Pomodoro technique. So somewhere you would have missed the bus. Now I was thinking, if I give this feedback, what can I recommend? So suppose you tell everybody, you begin with and say, come on, everybody, I'm giving you 5 minutes, write a poem. And everybody's all over the place. I didn't get a chance. Oh, I forgot, what is the topic? Or give them 2 minutes. And then you say, okay, We'll employ a technique and let's see if this helps. So then you say, we're going to do this for 5 minutes. 4 minutes you think, 1 minute we'll take a break. Then in 1 minute you give us the Sudoku, focus and see what you can see. Like, you know how the Pomodoro says, do something totally different. Get up and just jump or clap your hands. Okay, come back to your book. 4 minutes by the clock, write your poem. After that break in the physicality of the thought process, the second time you will be able to, people will be able to write those 3 or 4 lines of the poem. Then again, take a break. Okay, so you would have spent 15 minutes, but you're actually putting me through the Pomodoro technique to say, oh, wow, I didn't realize that 4 minutes of concentration, 1 minute of break, 4 minutes of concentration, 1 minute of break, and voila, my poem is there.
Right.
So the joy of going through the Pomodoro technique will say, this is how I increase my focus. And uske baad jo hai, you can say, okay, like how Smita said, use Anulom Vilom, that will increase focus to make habit formation. Or the other thing that you said about brain games, or even what you said about, the color words, all of that are breakpoint activities to then show you that, see, if you take that break, how the focus increases. Am I clear? Am I making myself clear?
Yes.
And another very important thing just to stay focused is this body scan. A simple technique, body scan, that you're sitting where you're sitting, close your eyes and see, can you feel the hair moving? Can you feel your eyes? When you do that, you're actually showing people another way to focus, not habit formation. Habit formation comes later. So somewhere I felt that in this beautiful session of yours, the habit formation got a little mixed up with the focal point of it.
Okay.
So the app that you explained, and I think unfortunately you spent almost 7 minutes, 6 to 7 minutes explaining the app, which was not required because we wanted to hear you. The app so we can go and figure out ourselves. That sort of a thing. So when you're planning, I would suggest plan that way, that what is the pain point? What is my core idea? And what am I doing to achieve just that for that moment? If we stay focused on that, it will be also, you're getting what I'm saying. You're in the flow. You're absolutely in the flow. And somewhere we have moved from focus to habit formation. So that is something I'd like you to revisit and see how you can go back and come back to the main idea. And any technique that you can take them through and build upon that is what I would recommend. I would request you to go. Like you said, I'm giving you one technique and one tool. But make us go through the tool will be Sone Pe Suhaga, like I would say, absolutely. And then, of course, you think of the Omvana meditation and all the other brain games and Sudoku and body scan. All that can be ancillary information given to it. And then come back and tie in to say how the focus will increase. And suppose you want to check and test and, okay, if you were going back and now you have to write 2 more lines on that poem, complete it. Now are you focused because you've taken such a lot of break? And you go back and see, give me a line. And he comes and says, yeah, focus so much in the flow and things like that.
Yeah, got you.
So you got it? So when we talk of a topic, I would recommend that stay with the core idea in your mind. But I'm again flawed because one of the topics that I love, absolutely wonderful, of course, in keeping with my passion of mindfulness and Anulom Vilom and, talking of focus. And I think one sentence that you actually said it very, very, very beautifully at the end also, which is, I think, your punchline. What you focus on is what you finally get. So to be able to say that if I'm focusing on the eye of the bird, I will get that. And if I'm focusing on the eye of the fish, I'll get Draupadi. So that is exactly what the whole thing is.
Yes.
So thank you for this beautifully enlightening session. All what you've given are absolute pearls of wisdom. And I think for that, personally, from my heart, your standing ovation is due, Esther. So I'd like to give that to you. Thank you very, very much. And you were able to keep us alive, engaged. At no point did the heavy meal or the afternoon take away. Your passion was evident. Your joy was evident. You have a beautiful flow of the voice. You have beautiful control on your language. Your earnestness and honesty came out beautifully. Please build upon this session because I think you have it in you to create sessions out of this topic, especially. I think I can see the passion. So please go ahead and train. Besides other trainings, train on this a lot more. And I think it'll be fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Smita. Very valuable feedback and such a thorough feedback. Really. Thank you so much.
Super.
Again, all the best. Thank you again very, very much. And thank you again for a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Very energized, very energetic. And we've not exceeded too much of time. Thank God for that.